The advent of the desktop PC solved the problem and created a need. Suddenly it was possible to produce documents of all kinds. The locations available to print these documents, however, were few and far between. It took visionary companies like Epson to seize the opportunity and bring printers out of the print shop and into our homes, offices, and schools. In searching out new ways for using the capabilities of these printers, Kent Cisco of EITC Seattle started to formulate an idea. He called it the Marksheet, a solution that allowed you to create and print documents with bubbles and checkboxes that generated digital records when scanned on a multifunction printer. Successful pilots in markets such as Gulf proved the Marksheet to be an idea with great potential, which prompted the question, could the Marksheet be useful in education? What if the Marksheet could save teachers time, give students immediate feedback, and keep parents in the loop? The next obvious step was to begin piloting this in schools. Epson needed teachers to take the product for a spin and see how it would perform in the real classroom setting. Which brings us to a small farming community just 4 miles south of the Canadian border in Washington State. Known as the raspberry capital of the world and famous for its dairies, Lynden was chosen for its strong work ethic and high academic achievement. Lynden Christian schools readily volunteered to be part of this pilot program, reflecting their interest in utilizing technology in the classroom. Verl Coy, a longtime resident of Lynden and teacher in the middle school, became the point person for this pilot.
Maybe this past summer, fall, I had a chance to talk to Kent and ask him to explain what his program was. And we were real eager to see if it would work in a school setting. And so up to this present time, all the test taking, written evaluation has basically been pencil and paper. We really don't do anything on the computer. We're the first school, Lynden Christian, to use this program, and I think my students feel privileged, and some of the other students said, what are they doing? And they're kind of eager to get on board with it as well.
So Verl and his colleagues decided to take a look at it. Over the period of a few months, the Marksheet application was demonstrated to teachers at LC, and its potential was explored.
So when Kent demoed the program to me the first time, a couple of things that interested me the most was the immediate feedback. Students can take their quiz or their test and scan it and get results immediately. I also like the idea that the grades will be recorded electronically. And so that's an advantage to the potential of having an electronic grade book. And also with communication with the home. Parents can monitor their children's progress, and it's got some definite good possibilities.
The Epson Marksheet allows educators to express their vision within a working environment that's easy to use and designed to produce a quality presentation, customizable to any subject or curriculum. The teachers couldn't wait to get their feet wet.
Just in this past week was my first opportunity to actually use the program, and it went quite well. It was pretty seamless. We copied and pasted it in the questions and filled out what the responses were and printed a copy for every student. And the next morning, my students were ready to take this quiz, and I explained that they were the very first ones to ever try this. And so they didn't take a whole lot of instructions, and they filled in their answers, and we were able to scan it, and I was very pleased. One of the advantages, I didn't even say this earlier, is it didn't take me any time. I didn't have to sit down, take it home, and do any of the grading. I double-checked it myself to see did this computer really do it correctly, and it did. And the pleasant thing, after we were all finished with it, a couple of days later, they asked, Mr. Coy, will we be able to do this again? Can we do this on the next one also? And that's kind of cool when kids are asking to take a test.
From the get-go, responses were positive, with students begging for more. Teachers began requesting features to meet their specific needs.
In terms of using the program, I think a teacher should be able to walk in with very little knowledge, and it should just be seamless, easy to use. I did not use the open response capability this first time, but it's nice to know that it's not just true-false, not just multiple choice, but students are able to put in essay answers. And those could be individually graded yet, but the computer will scan that. So those are good features. And so I was really surprised when I found out that, hey, a computer can actually, or a printer / computer can actually scan and grade and give all this feedback. And so I think the potential is there, and I'm eager to exploit it for the advantage of the kids.
Solutions that invite creativity and innovation, that answer problems and offer numerous benefits to all participants, are in high demand. They are seldom found in one-size-fits-all products. A tremendous time saver to teachers, it grades and records results, which are made immediately available to administrators, parents, and the students, who benefit from immediate feedback which upgrades their learning experience.
From the student's perspective, it's great to have quick feedback. They don't have to wait until the next day, at a minimum, and sometimes longer. And so that's good. For the teacher, it's a time saver, and just the communication with the home. I think being able to be on a computer and for those scores to be saved where parents have access, I think that's a win-win situation.
The more time I can spend up front rather than doing this, it's extremely valuable to me, and I think it's extremely valuable to the kids. And the parents spend a lot of money to come here, and I want to give them everything I can.
The potential is great. The opportunity for Epson technology to make a difference is crossing a new threshold into our children's classrooms.
So I would say that the Epson Marksheet is a very innovative way that teachers and students can improve the learning process.
I have been teaching for over 30 years. Anything that's going to give me an opportunity not to have to spend so much time printing papers, bring it on. Bring it on.
Is that just too much to ask? I want it all.
Epson. Exceed your vision.